Hello, let's continue our Sudoku adventure with Tiny Treasure Vault by Virtual. So we have normal 6x6 Sudoku rules in every row, every column, and every 2x3 box. We are placing the digits 1 to 6 exactly once each. We also have these pink cages in the grid. The cages are just, anytime you see dotted lines around a set of cells, those are called cages. They have different meanings depending on the rules. In this case, they're vault cages. So any digit that appears in a vault cage may not appear in any cell that is orthogonally touching that cage. So these are the cells orthogonally touching this pink cage here. Orthogonal just means sharing an edge. So to the right, above, to the left, or down. So any cell that's outside of the cage but orthogonally touching the cage may not have a digit that's in the cage. That doesn't mean we can't repeat digits inside the cage, though. There's no non-repeat rule inside the cage. So don't get confused by that. So those are the rules. I think this is the first time we've had this rule in this series. So enjoy. And I'm going to get started. Oh, there's a link in the description if you want to try the puzzle yourself, of course. And I'm going to get started right now. All right, so there's a 1 in one of these two, just by Sudoku. I'm kind of interested about this 5. So this 5 looks up by Sudoku, and then the 5's in this cage, so the 5 can't go here either. So, and obviously this 2 is not a 5, but also the cage would take it out anyway. So 5's in one of these two. We need a 6 down here. The 6 looks up. There's a 4 over here. So 1, oh, there we go. 1 is placed. So this 1 looks down in the row, and the 1 is in this cage, so these two can't be 1 because of our vault. And this 6 isn't a 1. So this box needs a 1, and it can only go there. Now this 1 looks down, this 1 looks down, and this is next to this cage that has a 1. So that's a 1. Now these ones look over, 1's in one of these two. Okay, that was quite nice. What can we do now? I was going to say whatever's here can't go in these two, but that's obvious. They're in the same box. These can't be 6, though. None of these can be 6. So the 6 goes here. These 6's look up, putting a 6 in one of these two. If this was a 6, this would be a 6, just as of note. Just maybe noteworthy, may not be. Okay, what else can we do here? Maybe 2s? 2 can't go in any of these, so 2 can repeat in the cage, I believe. Or it could go here. Is it a problem if this is a 1? It takes 1 out of here and these two. We would put a 1 here. Yeah, I don't know that that's a problem. I guess, okay, if this is a 1, then it's not in this cage because it's next to the cage. So, and it's not in this column, so it's not here or here. And then, so it puts a 1 over here, which then, because of these corner marks, it forces this to be a 1. But now this couldn't be a 1 because it would be next to this cage. So that would be a 1. So we'd have a 1 here, here, and here is what I'm trying to say. But I don't think that's a problem. I'm sure there's something easier to look at, but I say what I see. This cage has a 5 in it. That doesn't seem important anymore. Okay, if this was a 6, it's a little interesting because we couldn't put a 6 here, here, or here. Maybe not. Ah, this can't be a 4. No, it can be a 4. Never mind. Maybe this can't be a 4? No, it can be. I keep thinking digits can't repeat in a cage, but the rules don't say they can't, so I was thinking if this was 4, we'd take 4 out of here, but that's not true because you can repeat 4s in a cage. So what are we doing? Okay, this 2 looks in, so there's a 2 in one of these two. Oh, this cage has a 2 in it, and this is next to it, so this can't be a 2. So that places this 2. Okay. What does that do? It means there's no 2 in this cage. Let's pencil these. These are 3, 4, 5. The 5 has to be one of these two, because this can't be a 5 by Sudoku, and this can't be a 5 because it would be next to this cage. We have these 5s cornered already. Anyway, that was much easier. So 5's in one of these two. Let's see, if this was a 5, then this whole cage couldn't have a 5, and this couldn't be a 5. That seems okay. We definitely have a 5 in one of these two. We should mark that. So maybe it has to do with this cell, because it can't be 1, it can't be 2, because the 2 can't be in this cage. It could be 3 and 4, but it can't be 5 or 6. If it was a 4, then that would be a 4. Is it a prob? So this triple, I'm wondering about this triple. It feels like there should be something we can do with it. If the 4 were in here, the 4 would also be here. If the 4 were here, the 4 would be here. I'm just not seeing it. Okay, is there anything else like about these touching? Okay, so I think what we can say is that, oh yeah, this is probably like a deduction I was supposed to see early on, but I would say that these 6 cells are 1 through 6. This is like an extra region almost, because any digit that appears in this cage can't appear in this cage, and vice versa. And so this digit has to be a repeat of one of these two. So it can't be a 6. And we need uniquely 1 through 6 in these. So because this can't be a 6, because if it was a 6, we wouldn't have a repeat down here. If this was a 6, we wouldn't be able to put a 6 in this cage, and we wouldn't have 1 through 6 here. Hopefully what I said makes sense. That's a 6 then for the box. But also, this needs to be 3, 4, or 5. I guess the whole column is. But it means we need a 6 in this cage. So that has to go here. This is a repeat of either the 2 or whatever this cell is. Okay, does that give us any other progress? I think if we think about what digits are remaining, we have the 1, 2, and 6. So we need 3, 4, 5. Or this can be a 2. Yeah, this cell has to be 3, 4, or 5. So it's 3 or 5. This cell has to be a repeat of one of these two. So if it's either the repeat of 2. If this was a 3, this would have to be a 3 as well. It feels like progress there. We know there's a 2 in this cage, but okay, the 6 in this cage, does that do anything? Yes, the 6 in this cage takes 6 out of here, so that's a 6. This is 3 or 4. So whatever 3, 4 this is, that's what this is as well, I think. Maybe. I'm not 100% convinced of that, but they're both next to this cage. Does this cage, oh, this cage doesn't have to have a 3 or 4 in it at all, though. If it had a 3 in it, these would both be 4, I guess is the conclusion. This cell has to be one of the digits in this cage. So this, in fact, yeah, this whole cage, not the whole cage, but these two are touching this cage, which means they're only of the 3 digits in this cage, which are 1, 3, 4, 5. That's not 4 or 5. This is 3 or 5. Oh, this is only 3. It sees the 1 and the 5. Okay, So that's just a naked 3. There we go. That helps. That's a 1. That's a 5. So there's no 5 in this cage. Okay, so that's a 5. This cage definitely has 4 in it because of this 3-4 pair. So this can't be 4. So that places this 4. Okay, now we got progress. This is a really interesting puzzle. A little bit tricky spots, I think, but let's see. Yeah, 1, 3, 4 is fine for this cage. Oh, right, this has to be repeated too. So let's do that. We need a 6 in this row. That's here, and the remaining for this row is a 2. Yeah, I was looking to see if this 3-4 was resolved by this cage, but it's not. This is a 4 and 6, so we know the order. Okay, this is 5 and what? 2 and 5. These 3, oh, this is also 2, 5. I'm looking. We need 2, 5, or 2, 3, and 5 here. And this can't be 2 because of the row, and it can't be 3 because there's a 3 in this cage. So this is a 5. That resolves these. That resolves these. This for the row is a 3. That resolves that. Uh-oh. Okay. That's a 1. That's a 5. And now what exactly resolves these? Let's see. Oh, I see what resolves it. This cage here sees a 3 on its outside, so this can't be a 3. So that's 4, that's 3, that's 4, that's 3. Wow, 1040. Okay. Well, it took me a little bit to understand what was going on here, and that was a really important spot. Kind of floundering before that. So yeah, a little bit more of a difficult puzzle here from Virtual, but we got there. It had a bit to do with my unfamiliarity with this constraint. I have used it before, but not nearly as much as most of the other constraints that appear in this series. So yeah, I didn't fully grasp the consequences of these two touching cages for a bit. So that was the key thing there. Very cool idea, Virtual. Thank you for your submission. And of course, if you enjoyed this, then why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.